Confusion over a food policy for youth football games within the Wichita School District now being called a big misunderstanding by school leaders. But as 12 News reporter Julia Daughtry explains, tonight there is a resolution.
Yes, the goal of that partnership between the city and the Youth Football League is to increase the number of youth football players and providing those players a better facility to play football. However, with every new partnership comes a few issues.
Youth football.
Right knee forward, big knee.
A major pillar in the Wichita community. Starting this year, all Wichita Junior Football League games will be played at USD 259 football fields.
Relax, feet together.
Ulysses DeShazer has coached youth football for more than 30 years and explains how food worked in the past.
Before the partnership, what we used to do in the past, whoever the home team was, would set up a concession stand. That money goes right back into the organization. Check your feet.
Last Saturday, football players, coaches, and their families were told they could not bring outside food or drink because the school had their concession stand open.
And after every game, we give the kids peanut butter and jelly, orange, Gatorade and water, and some type of snack. Well, she wasn't allowed to bring that in because they had a concession stand.
The district, though, calling it a misunderstanding, saying the rule only applies to Wichita Public Schools events.
Snap it, King! Make that hit!
Not for outside events.
They went with a policy that would be for like games that we host for something that was not a game that we host.
This issue has now been resolved and you can bring outside food or drink into the football games. In Wichita, Julia Daughtry, 12 News. There you go.
And this only applies to Wichita Junior League football games. The league is set to play their next game this Saturday at East High.